This project is a theoretical urban infill in Castleberry Hill, Atlanta, for two artists, a potter and a culinary artist. So this is where my project is in relation to Atlanta. It's only a tenth of a mile from the old railway junction terminus, which is currently a parking lot of the looming Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This area has changed a lot since the era of terminus. New construction is everywhere. You can see how downtown, located east of the site, is creeping into Castleberry as Atlanta develops westward. The rail junction spurred two directions of development, following a north-south rail line and a northeast-southwest line. I mirrored this shifting grid in my own project. As the site has two facades of different angles, I referenced the north-south grid of Castleberry and the northeast-southwest grid of downtown Atlanta. I also saw many courtyards in the area and created a courtyard in my own site. There is a nearby community garden that inspired me to connect with the street by including a community garden on the southern portion of my site. This area is also home to many restaurants and artist studios, so these artists will help build on the creative community near my site. In my partie, I show how I'm referencing both the existing facades and am bringing my courtyard space into the street. Circulation occurs mostly in the 10-foot setback from the existing northeast warehouse. In the circulation and programs diagrams, we see how one meanders through a series of programs, walking from Nelson Street to the southern portion of the site. There is a 10-foot level change between Nelson Street and the existing southern facade, and this influenced my design. For the residents, I set my structure back from Nelson Street to provide room for a small rock garden. As the residence is set down from Nelson Street, I also lowered the workspace from the southern site level. So my potter studio is mostly underground, and this reminded me of the earthiness of pottery. This is my pottery studio in the kiln that is embedded in the earth for fire safety. And then we go up to the kitchen in the lower residence. You can see in the residence portion how you first walk out into the rock garden before entering the space. Finally, up to the roof terrace, which is above the kitchen. This is where the chef serves food at garden dinner events. Looking over the residence, we can see how the half plan is set back from the ground floor to create a source of natural light below. And we can see where this natural light goes to in the section of the residence where these colored pots on the lower floor are illuminated by setting back the upper floor. This is also where you see the addition of the proposed 10,000 feet of development. In the section of the workspace, we can see the effect of shifting the plans as well as the service and public circulation patterns. In the Nelson Street elevation, I integrated a series of light and earthy materials, and this continues into the rest of my project. When mapping the materials of the site, I wanted to create something with rhythm and texture. In the residence portion of the site, I tried to create a light feeling through material. This is a reference to the openness of the initial double height space. This is opposed to the workspace, where I used the more earthy, smooth terracotta, as essentially the structure becomes the earth as people circulate and eat on top of it. This is a night view of my proposed workspace. The space references the channel glass used in the Nelson facade, and this creates unique effects at night. In this rendering, we can also see how people are drawn up the steps to explore the gardens above, or can enjoy the community garden and center of life below.